What's going on, everyone? So today I'm just going to talk a little bit about compound exercises and why I think that everybody should prioritise them. I think this video will be especially useful for beginners or anybody that's just starting to get into the gym or just starting to lift weights. So the first thing about compound exercises is, you might have heard this before, but they're the best bang for your buck basically. They are going to save you time and just get more work done in a shorter amount of time. So the reason I say this is, for example, take the squat. So when you do a squat, you're using your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, your abs, and so many more other muscle groups just in that one lift. And in order for you to hit all of those muscle groups by using only isolation exercises, you'd have to go and do leg extensions for your quads, you have to go and do leg curls for your hamstrings, you'd have to go and do glute kickbacks for your glutes, and so many other exercises to just hit those muscle groups. Whereas with the squat, you hit them all in one. It's the same with like a bench press or even a chest press machine, for example. You are hitting your chest, your triceps, your shoulders, just in that one movement. So that's the first point, which I think is a very important one. Moving on to my next point, you can lift more weight when doing these compound exercises. So basically, you are fighting more resistance, and that's going to place a larger stress on your muscle fibres, which is going to help with both size and strength gains, providing you are eating in a slight calorie surplus and hitting your protein goals. But that's a different topic. I have done some in-depth videos on calories and protein, so if you're interested, go and check them out. They're all on my channel. This next thing that I'm about to cover is going to be especially useful for people who are just beginning or just starting in the gym. So you could use, say, a chest press machine or a shoulder press machine, which can actually take away from thinking about another thing when you're first getting started, which is trying to balance the weight and stabilise the weight yourself. But once you've got to grips with the movements such as chest press or your shoulder presses, stuff like that, it's a good idea to then move on to doing these exercises with dumbbells or a bar and just getting used to stabilising the weight yourself then. But as I say, to start with, whilst you're getting used to stuff, use the machines because they're already balanced and it can just make it easier for you to just get used to the exercise that you are performing. But another thing that I will just add is isolation exercises definitely do have their place. An example of this is if, for example, you've been training for a while and you've noticed that a particular muscle group is maybe not developing that well, or you're struggling to grow a particular muscle group. And then you can add in some isolation movements for that particular muscle group, which can really help with the extra sets and the extra volume, really, just hitting that muscle directly to bring it up and develop the muscle. So let's just say, for example, you've been doing your squats, deadlifts, lunges, stuff like that, and you've noticed that you've developed some good hamstrings and your glutes are responding, but your quads are maybe not responding as well as what you wanted them to. You can add in some leg extensions, and that will then just really target your quads, and you're not concentrating on anything else but bringing up the quads, and that can really help. It's the same with just gaining some strength as well. If you are maybe weaker in a particular area, say for example overhead press, you can then add in more direct shoulder work to help increase the strength in your shoulders. Isolation exercises have a place, but a large percentage of your workout is going to be focused around compound movements because that's going to be the most beneficial. But then you can just add in the isolation exercises to almost as a finisher, just to get a complete workout. I'm going to show you now on the screen some exercises that I use in my workout very regularly, and actually they're ones that I prioritise. So let's get into that now. exercises I did, I would look to include them in your workouts, especially if you're just starting out. Look at just really prioritising those exercises and just focus on getting your form right with them all. And then over time, then you can add weight and just progress. And that's how you end up with results. It's just progression. So start slow and just be consistent with it. I hope you found a lot of value in this video. If you have, please do drop the video a like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help, and it's always very much appreciated to anybody that watches these videos. So, as I say, really hope you found some value, and I will see you in the next video.